second. So what I want to do today is just kind of do a quick review of the stuff that we covered last class. And then I want everyone to go into IXL and start working on some problems, okay? Because really would love to be able to make sure that everybody knows how to do these things, okay? And some of you guys have already gone into IXL, and that's great, and I'm happy for that. But still, a bunch of people haven't. So I want to give people time in class to do that, okay? All right. So just kind of reviewing the vocabulary stuff. Make sure that you have in your notes all of those images. They may be written down in different ways, but make sure that you have all of those items defined in your notes somewhere. So take a second, make sure that that's all good and you're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so just kind of like reminding everybody what everything is, just kind of like going over it, and maybe you weren't here the other day. You probably know these words, you've seen them before in other classes. You know that a circle has a center, the diameter goes through the center, and that the radius goes from the center to the edge. You also probably remember that the radius is half of the diameter, or take the radius and multiply it by 2, and it gives you the diameter. A sector is, you think about a sector as like a slice of pizza. It's the area. Okay, it's a region of the triangle. Of the circle. Okay. And then we have these three guys here that are other vocabulary terms. A chord connects 2 points on the edge of the circle. If I take that chord and pull out that end, now it becomes a secant. Okay, so a secant goes through a circle. Okay, whereas a chord is just inside a circle, and a tangent is a segment or a line that just rests on the edge. It only touches at one point. It doesn't go through it like the secant does. Okay. All right, so those are your vocabulary terms. At the very least, I think everybody can knock out and get 100% on the vocabulary part. That's the first IXL link that I've posted. So if you can get this page, then you'll knock out the whole first assignment, okay? And that'd be great. All right. Now, what I kind of want to do are just some quick little problems to just remind us on how to do some of the arc things. So let's do some simple ones. Remember that a circle is 360 degrees all the way around. Okay. And get my ruler here. So if I told you that this was 200 degrees and I asked you what that one was, okay, these two have to add up. Let's call it X. Okay. These two make a whole circle. So 200 plus the X, these are the two pieces. They equal a whole circle. Okay, that we talked about that before, that the pieces make a circle. Okay, and then you just do some algebra. So you're going to take away 200 from both sides. And you get 160 degrees. All right. Okay, make sure you get that one, because that's, I'll be honest with you, that's a lot. Like if you get the idea there, you'll be in pretty good shape. So let's do this. pick a good next problem. All right, so let's take that idea and go with it, maybe one little bit further. And we'll say that this is 235 degrees, and I'm asking for that one. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and remember what this angle marking was. This was a right angle. So this is 90 degrees. And so this is now 90 degrees. Okay. And so take a second, set up your equation, see if you can solve this guy. Give you a second to look at it. Okay, so we have 3 pieces. Okay, so all of them all of the pieces together make up a whole circle. And so I combine my like terms. And then take them away. Okay, so that's the process. Okay, do one more like that before we start doing some maybe different ones with algebra involved. Okay, let's do, whoops. Let's do one. And let's say this is 42 degrees, and I wanted to know what that was. Okay. Take a second, realize what you've got here. Okay, getting some good answers. Yep. All right, so I got half a circle because it's been cut right down the middle with my diameter. So we can say that half of this half of the circle is 180 degrees. And now we can set up our equation. Right? Okay. Now, the other way to think about this problem is to say to yourself, well, you know what? This is half a circle. And so if this is 180 degrees, I'm just going to take away the 42. Okay. And if you did that, you'd wind up with 138 again also. So using that diameter is really, really important, recognizing them and seeing them. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's put in some more here. Okay. 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 So we've got all three pieces. So we're going to do like we did before. We're going to add all three of them up. And since it makes a whole circle, it'll equal 360 degrees. Take a second and work that one out. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I made a small typo, but that's okay. You'll get a decimal for this answer. You won't get decimals later, but I miswrote that number. It's okay, but we'll get a decimal this time. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's okay. Okay, so 149 plus 159 plus 5x plus 10 is 360. All right. And so adding up all of my constants, I wind up with 5x plus 318 equals 42. And here's where your decimal comes in. Again, sorry about the goof, but it happens. 8.4.
I got 308 instead of 318.
Check that one. Don't forget the 10.
Oh, I forgot that. My bad.
Yeah, that'll do it. Cool. Okay. Sorry about the typo again, but we get the principle. You add up all the pieces, and you make it equal to 360 because it's a circle. That's where that is all about. Now, okay, let's do one other kind. All right. Okay, so now I've got two diameters, right? I've got a diameter here and I have a diameter there. And the other piece in here is that these two angles are vertical angles. Okay. So are these, right? So there's different ways of solving this one. Okay. Give it another second, give everyone a chance to work it. Okay. Okay, so different ways of doing this problem. Probably the easiest way to do this problem is to say, hey, look, I don't have these two guys over here, but I don't really need them because I've got a diameter and these two make half a circle. And that means that 10x plus 5 plus 115 is half of a circle. And so and that's your answer. That's one way of solving it, okay? Another way to solve it, if you really wanted to find these two parts, you can. Since these are vertical angles, this 115 is the same over here. And since these are vertical angles, This is the same over here. And now when you do your math, it's going to look a little different because now I've got the whole circle. Before I was just dealing with half of it, but now I'm dealing with all of it. So you could set it up as 115 plus 10x plus 5 plus 115 plus 10x plus 5 is the 360. Okay. And if you added up all of that stuff, again, you'd wind up with 20x plus 240. And then you divide. And you get the same answer. Okay. So the thing that I want to like really harp on here is look for diameters. They help. And when you've got two diameters, you get these vertical angles. Okay. So you can use this information to help solve the problem. All right. Okay. So what I want everyone to do is I want to give you time in class now to work on IXL. So here's the deal. IXL tells me everything, okay? It tells me who logged in, what problems you did, how long you worked on it, and all of that. So I'm going to be watching, right? Kind of like if I was walking around the classroom. So if you're not, and it also tells me that when you like don't work on anything, like if you log in and do nothing, it flags you and says, hey, go look at this kid. Okay, so if you're not really working, I see that too. So go ahead, get in, remember how to log into IXL. You go to Clever and then scroll down to IXL. And then the 2 units that you have to do are posted in the announcements. Okay, so let's all go there now, and I'll be watching you on IXL. All right, and if you have questions, let me know. Okay, and for those of you that are watching this on a recording, you can send me an email or wait until next class, or meet me during office hours, and I can go in and help you then too. Okay, great, thanks.